Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and today we already showcased 3 games of Zoro, 3 games of Kinema, so we're gonna move on to the next deck that I want to showcase in the OP02 meta, and that's gonna be Kaido. Now, Kaido was a very popular deck in OP01. In OP02, less so because he didn't get a lot of new tools, right? Some of the important cards that I am playing here, while nice, don't really take Kaido to like that next level. However, I do still think that Kaido is very decent, especially when you're running against a lot of green players and a lot of blue players. The problem with Kaido is that he has a very bad matchup versus red. So that's why it makes Kaido really risky, because red is like 33% of the metagame in OP02. I'm pretty sure most people in their locals or in official tournaments are running into red over and over again. However, if you can dodge the red aggression, then you can potentially still have a lot of use from these Kaido decks against the blue and the greens of OP02. And we are again playing a lot of impel down cards like Hanybal and Magellan, etc., that kind of are able to put a lot of value into what we want to do in this game plan. So yeah, anyways, enjoy this first game of Kaido, which is actually going to be a Kaido mirror, but it was really fun. So enjoy. So in this matchup, we're going into the mirror. I'm actually going to prefer to go second here. I want to have an extra draw for the Onigashima. We get the Onigashima anyways. I'll keep. That way on turn, I guess we can just play the Magellan on turn 2. I was going to say on turn 2 we can go Magellan plus Onigashima, but I can just play the Magellan, the Hanybal on turn 1 now. So I do like going second because I feel like I value the extra draw here a little bit more than I do otherwise. Ooh, can I pick a second Magellan? No, a second Hanybal I cannot. So it has to be the Hell's Judgment. And then we pass. We can go Onigashima on turn. Opponent wants to go Onigashima here on turn 2 for them, right? So they're gonna go Onigashima, and then they're gonna just push 1 damage. I guess I don't block this one. So it's gonna be whoever can ramp up the best, right? Usually in this Kaido mirrors, whoever drops the 10-cost Kaido second ends up winning the game. We don't have the 10-cost Kaido though, so if the opponent drops theirs first, we're kind of in a big deal, in a big trouble. So we can go here, and we can, I guess we don't have another 1 card, so I guess let's just put 1 here. Attack for 6, bait out a 2k counter if the opponent has it. Nope, they don't play it. Let's go ahead and play the Onigashima. We'll gain the rest of the run, and we can start ramping. It's kind of not the same space as them, but at least a little bit more or less. I like the Magellan. I like the Magellan on our next turn. We're going to have 7 done, so we can play the Magellan and still keep 2 for one of our units. I will have to take this, I think. Yeah, I will have to take this. I mean, I have to start using my 2k counters eventually. So maybe taking so much is a little bit of a problem. Let's go ahead and do this. This is going to be 5, so that leaves us with 2 down for one of our Thunder Bagua or the Hell's Judgment next turn if we need to. So in that case, let's just attack for 5. I like attacking for 5 because a lot of times these Kaido decks, as you can see by our hand, have a lot of 2k counters instead of 1ks. Let's go here. Let's go to card action. And then the opponent needs to return a down. So both of us are going to fall 1 down behind. The good thing is that the Magellan, if he does get killed by like a 9-cost Kaido eventually, then the opponent also has to... like do something. Let me remind them that they need to return a down. A lot of times with Magellan, people forget that they need to return a down. And there you go. He got it. And a turn. There we go. We do have a lot of cards in the hand. Opponent also have a lot of cards in the hand. But again, the big thing here is that we don't have the 10-cost Kaido. So if the opponent plays the 10-cost Kaido, I guess our board is not super crazy anyway. So even if the 10-cost Kaido comes through, that's okay. I need to start blocking. I think I need to start, not blocking, I need to start countering, even if it means using my 2k counters. Because it's going to be really awkward for us to do anything else here. Like, we don't really have any of our units, right? This kind of feels bad. KO to one of your opponent counter because of one. Okay, so they KO that one. They get their another -1 done. Yeah, I need to start countering. Unfortunately. I can't go down to 2. 2 is like the magic number where Kaido wants to be at. Where they really kind of make our life miserable. Let's go here. Ooh. Do I just play out this edge straight like that? I think I might have to just play out the edge straight. My hand is so bad that I literally might just have to play out the edge straight as it is. So we play out the edge straight, that's 5. Still keep us with 4 for Hell's Judgment or Thunder Bagua as we need it. I guess I kind of like that. Yeah, let's just go here. Opponent will have access to Tenka's Kaido next turn. So I wonder if it's actually correct to go ahead and play the edge straight. I don't have anything else though. Let's just at least get rid of their hand a little bit. See what they play out of here. Ooh. Okay. Guild Tesoro. Maybe it was actually better to start using the Kaido ability, but I really don't. I don't want to tap out of like being really far behind from getting my Tenka's Kaido, because the moment that I use the Kaido ability, I'm gonna be set so far behind compared to the opponent. By having the edge strike, I at least have another attacker for next turn, and again, we still have access to Thunder Bagua and Hell's Judgment to keep my Magellan alive if the opponent just decides to attack. The 5-cost units. Okay, so this is a Tenka's Kaido, right? So this is a Tenka's Kaido. Let's go ahead and just play the Hell's Judgment. Yeah, we'll play the Hell's Judgment, and we'll give both of them minus 3k. That way I'm just not taking any damage. So they can play the Tenka's Kaido here. They can do damage with the Kaido. They do get rid of my units. They will lose another 2 Dawn on top of the Dawn that they lose from the Tenka's Kaido. Ooh, it's not a Tenka's Kaido. It's just a... okay. Again, it is important, I think. I think opponent is playing it correctly, because it is important that if you do play the Tenka's Kaido, you will usually get punished by opponent having their Tenka's Kaido after. They're going to go ahead and just put back the 3, so... I guess they have nothing else. Their hand must be just as bad as mine. You have to kill the Magellan, right? No, it's just going to be again to leader. Man, I hate countering with 2Ks, but I think I have to. I can't take these 2K damages. We will be able to kill the Shiru. Yeah. Maybe we actually go for the 7. Maybe we actually go for the 7 and just trash the card. Because my hand looks so bad, and I don't want to play the edge straight into the Tenka's Kaido. So maybe we go ahead and do it that way. So if we want to kill the Shiru, we want to go up to at least 7, I think. So maybe we go like this. We go 7 here. Force the opponent to have double 2K. Or a 2K and a 1K. Okay, they're just going to play their own Hell's Judgment. Yeah, this is their own Hell's Judgment. They go down to 3 here. Let's go ahead and put another 2 here. This is so weird that they're... I guess they don't have... I guess they must not have the Tenka's Kaido, to be honest. Based on how they're playing, they might not have the Tenka's Kaido. So this is going to be a 3 right now. This is 5, 6, 7. If that's the case, I'm just gonna go ahead and kill and go for the Shiru. And then I will use the Kaido ability. I think I will use the Kaido ability. Force the opponent to have another counter here. If they have a second Hell's Judgment. And still keep the 2 down for another Hell's Judgment or a Thunder Bagua on my turn. I hate the fact that we're gonna set ourselves so far back, Dawn-wise. But based on our hand, I think we just have to, right? I think we just have to. Yeah, we just have to. We get rid of the queen. We activate this, and we just pass now. So we're down to just 5 Dawn, and now the opponent can freely play the Tenka's Kaido, and we have no way to counter it. They will lose a lot of Dawn, though, because Magellan is also going to die. It's another queen. Okay. we can officially say that the opponent has now Tenka's Kaido. Because that would have been literally the best time to use the Tenka's Kaido. So I can assume that they don't have it. So now we just need to slowly whittle them down there, build our Dawn back up. We still have the Hell's Judgment here and the Thunder Baguas, which will allow me to survive the opponent's attacks. We still have 3 life as well. I guess you go for the X-Drake, right? Really? I think we Thunder Bagua. I think we Thunder Bagua now. We have the 2 Dawn active anyways. I know I don't get the rested Dawn from it, but I think that's okay. I want to keep myself in a really healthy state. Let's go ahead and activate this. We have 6 Dawn available. I want to keep another 2. Maybe even 4. The problem is that we want to hit them with 7Ks. We want to hit them with 7Ks. So I think we attack here first for 7. Because they have a lot of 2K counters. So either we're hitting for 5 or we're hitting for 7. But hitting for 5 doesn't make sense when the opponent has the Queen blocker. So that's another Hell's Judgment. Okay. So since the opponent went for a second Hell's Judgment, this goes down to 3. If we attack with 7 here, I think at least I have to bait them. The problem here... Let's say we go X-Drake on here. The opponent blocks with the Queen. We put all 4 down here. That goes to back to 7. Opponent has to still play another 2K counter. If we just go 2 on X-Drake, they still have to play a 2K counter, right? So this is the same as if we attack with 5. Except that it allows us to keep 2 Dawn active for a Thunder Bagua or a Hell's Judgment. So they go for 2K. They actually go ahead and spend their 9K there. So... we just pass and keep the Hell's Judgment on the Thunder Bagua active. And as long as we continuously keeping the 2 mana, I think we're chilling. Even if they're putting top deck the 10-cost Kaido here, I think I'm fine. It's King, which doesn't pop anything here. So you don't activate his ability. He's just playing King because he needs an attacker, I think. Yeah, I think he's just playing King because he needs an attacker. What if we actually start... taking this damage? I don't want to go down to 2 though. I really don't want to go down to 2, especially now that the King is on the field and we have no blockers. I think we do another 2K. Or we can also just do another Thunder Bagua, or... is there any chance that they ever attack with the Queen? I don't want to do the -1 Dawn. Yeah, let's just counter. Let's just counter for the 2. Let's keep our health, our life healthy. If the opponent attacks the Queen, I will go ahead and play the Thunder Bagua, and the Queen will then be rested, so then we can kill it. We can set up. Now that the opponent's at 2 life, this is where it gets kind of crazy, right? If we had the 9 cost or the 10 cost Kaido, we'd be in a great spot, because what the usual combo with Kaido is that you want to attack with leader. Attach 7 to it, so you're attacking with 12. Then go the -7, remove the last life, and then you still have the 10 or 9 cost to kind of finish up the game, right? Unfortunately, we don't have it. And this is what kind of makes this super awkward. We could also go X-Drake and make it so that they have to actually use the last card in their hand, and that doesn't actually seem bad to me. We go 5, and we can keep the 4. Honestly, this X-Drake doesn't seem bad to me right now. Opponent is down to just 1 card, so I kind of think that I value removing their cards from their hand a lot. So they have to trash an important card here, where there is another Hell's Judgment or Thunder Bagua, or an actual card that they wanted to keep in their hand, right? So it's kind of forcing the opponent into an impossible situation. Yeah, they had to get rid of another X-Drake. So here... we can go sit, and I think that's better. So we go 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. If the opponent blocks this one for some reason, we can always use the Kaido ability and do the last -Dawn. And then attack for another 6, right? If the opponent takes this, then we don't need to worry about using Kaido's ability anymore. They have a Queen blocker, so they could block This is tough. This is tough for the opponent, right? I mean, because I forced them to get rid of the edge strike from the hand, they lose a 2k counter for free. And it lets us develop another attack. And we have enough events here and another 2k counter that I don't think I die next turn, especially because we still have 3 life. So I think we kind of got there. I kept playing around that tank. Ooh, okay, so now here's the question. Do we go for the Kaido? 5 sits. The problem is that, oh, the Kaido doesn't seem great. The Kaido doesn't seem great. Like, we could go this Kaido ability and get rid of their last unit. You know what? Let's do it. I know I'm getting rid of an active Dawn, which kind of sucks, right? Getting rid of an active Dawn does suck a lot, but this is forcing the opponent to have to block or counter. We don't get the leader attack. Okay, they go for another. Yeah, they go for a Thunder Bagua here. All right. And then we still have 3 life, and we still have our X-Drake and our Kaido, and I think we just win next turn. The problem is that we don't have a lot of Dawn in our field. We can play Thunder Bagua. We can take 1 life and then play Thunder Bagua, and that will get us an additional Dawn, which I think is important. So I think we take this damage. I think we take this damage. Sure. No, I don't need to use it. I was thinking maybe, but I mean, just returning 1 down to their board doesn't mean anything to us, because they can return it right back with Onigashima. So we take it, and now the Thunder Bagua can actually go ahead and give us the Dawn, right? Because it works for 2. So just like that, now we're gonna be at 5 Dawn instead of just 4, like we were thinking. They're gonna go ahead and use the life. And they go ahead and kill the Kaido, the king. They're down to 3 Dawn. They have a blocker, and we have 4 attackers. I don't see how they win this. They have no life. They have no life here. They have 2k counters, though. So ideally, we want to go 7, 7. So 7, 7, 7, and then 5. So what about we just go for the 5 first? If they block with the king, that's okay. The queen, that's okay. How do they beat the... I guess they could have another Hell's Judgment, right? They could have another Hell's Judgment here. So 7 is the magic number because it's forcing 2 cards out of their hand. Or at least forcing the event card. So it has to be Thunder Bagua plus or Hell's Judgment. And then we have 2 more 7 power attacks, and you have no more blockers. The Hell's Judgment is the worst one because it affects 2 of my units. If it's not Hell's Judgment, I think we're okay. Yeah, so Thunder Bagua. And then we go here. Another 7. Actually, let's say that the opponent... I think we go 5. I think we go 5. No, Hell's Judgment is 2, so we can just go 2, right? Hell's Judgment costs 2 mana, so I know that they don't have the Hell's Judgment. So this is game. Hell's Judgment costs 2 Dawn. It's not 1. So we can go 7 and then 7, and this is fine. And that gets us there. Yeah, there's a 2k counter, and we get there. Ooh, kind of like a long... It was a kind of a long game, this Kaido mirror. And it's funny that neither of us got to play 10 cost Kaido or 9 cost Kaido, because neither of us had it in our hands, which doesn't happen often. We both had a ton of events. I was able to get rid of that edge trick counter, which I think was actually super great. And yeah, we were able to kind of stabilize from there and be able to push the lethal damage. Even able to use that Kaido ability twice in 1 game, which is awesome at keeping their hand really small. Because one of the cards that we ended up discarding from them was a 2nd Thunder Bagua, a 3rd Thunder Bagua. So yeah, GG's, and I love this Kaido deck. Hey, welcome back everyone. Super long game. Very funny Kaido mirror where neither of us got our 9 drops or our 10 drops, right? I do play 4 of them. Didn't get to see any of them. I'm assuming that the opponent is also playing 4 to 5 of them. I am very glad though that I also didn't draw a lot of my kings, because the kings end up being pretty useless in that matchup, since there's not a lot of like cheap stuff that you want to pop. So we ended up just kind of getting the better hand and be able to just counter. And again, it was important that I started playing a lot of those 2K counters to keep myself at 3 life, because I knew that the opponent was going to be able to start shipping me down with the Kaido ability, like we ended up doing to them once we put them in a good enough, I guess, life state, you know. So a little bit weird that we get to do the Kaido ability twice. Usually don't like going down to that much, to that little Don, but he ended up working out in this matchup. So yeah, fun stuff. So yeah, anyways, enough for that for today. Remember, if you liked this video, make sure to like it below and subscribe to us. We post One Piece video every single day. And yeah, I'll see you again tomorrow for some more Kaido gameplay.